Hello everyone and welcome back to UE5 BP Guru. Today we're going to be looking at our box functionality where we store our ringmons. So to show you this working, the way I have it set up currently is if I press V, I have my storage box. Now the widget needs some work, as you can see there already, but if I pick up Tailflame, I can put him, I can pick him up, put him in the box, and I can pick him up and do that. Like so. Now obviously I need to add in a little bit of a function to check if there is anything in my team or more than one. And if it's not, then I don't want to remove it. So I need to add that in. But as you can see, I can move him in and out. Now mine works that you pick him up like this, and then you put him down. The other thing I do need to add in on this side of things as well is if I pick him up, if I was to close this window, I've still got him in my hand technically, so I need to basically put him down somewhere, either put him back into his original spot or whatever. But to be honest, the first thing I really want to get done before we kind of work into the swapping in and out is actually getting this box set up so that we have multiple boxes, like so. So the way I did it now, hindsight's a wonderful thing, and if I had that, I would have done this slightly differently. Now, the way I've got mine set up at the moment is that I have my ring boxes separately to my party. Now what I would advise doing is having your party and your ring boxes all under the same array, but there we go. I can't change that now, unfortunately, because it's the way I've set this up. But if I was going to redo it from scratch, I would genuinely put them on the same array. But if we go over to our blueprints and have a look here, we have got, is it in here or have I left it over in the other one? No, I've got my storage here. So I've created a ringmon box, and I've got is active, I've got the box name, and I've got the slot, which is it's just the party info slot, and I've set that to an array. That way we can, in the defaults, create, I've got 24 slots on mine. Obviously the Pokemon way is 30, so you just need to go into the defaults and create 24 instances of that array in here, or 30, again depending on how many you want in your storage box. Again, if you wanted 6, you could have 6, you know, it's completely up to you. But yeah, I've called mine slot, but it should be like box slots to make it sound better. And yeah, and that's all you need for the one box. So that's why, hence I've called it ringmon box. So once you've done that, and you want to create a secondary struct called ringmon storage, and this is the box. Now I'm actually going to be honest, I don't think I ended up using this, because if I go into my trainer strut, like so, you can see I've got the ringmon box, which is this one. So ignore the storage, we can actually delete that, we don't need it, it's not used in anything. So just remove the ringmon storage, you don't need it. You just need to have that box set up, which is again the active boolean, box name, reference, and the slots. Again, don't forget to set up your defaults like so. And then in your trainer strut, you've got a slot for ringmon storage, and it is just an array of that ringmon box. So if we go into the defaults and I click down, you can see I have 2 set up. Now the reason I've got 3 set up on my player is because I added an extra one into the, just to test. more than anything. But you probably want to automatically create it in your Ringmon, in your trainer strut, instead of on here. But yeah, that's just that's up to you guys. So there's not really much to be done this side of things. As I said, if you go down here to your trainer info, sorry, I've closed all these windows for screenshots and stuff, and you go down to your Ringmon storage. All I've done is I've clicked an extra plus icon on my third person character to give me an extra one. But you can do it in either one. You can either do it in the trainer strut, so it's just a standard setup on the defaults, or you can have it added into your third person character. But just be mindful if you decide to add the this trainer strut reference onto another character, which you shouldn't need to, but if you did, it's only going to have the two defaults. But you know, it's down to you how you do it. It works either way. But I've just done mine in here. But I have 3 boxes set up. So once you've got your boxes set up, we need to basically start adding stuff into it when we capture over 6. Oh god, look at that big spike there I've left. Ooh, that looks rough. So what you want to do is, so the main way we're going to do it is obviously by capturing stuff over 6. So if you go into your battle proxy target, and we go to the event graph, and we come down to where we're capturing stuff, we're going to do a check. So we've got all the usual stuff, so adding something to the index. We've got the calculate core XP, which I don't think I've done. Oh, I have done stuff with. Huh, okay, cool. Oh yeah, that's to check the, that's, sorry, yeah, that is right. That's for, we've already been through this. I'm not going to go through it again. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. So then we have our check for open party slot, which is obviously going to add it into the party or not. And then we do the usual kind of destroying the actor, doing the kind of finishing up stuff. So let's check for an open party slot. So we've obviously done all this before with our capture code, but we never kind of decided what to do if this was full. So what's happening here now? I have to give some props to Mr. Meerkat. Go and check his series out. I pretty much done the same thing, but he just helped me work my brain through how to do this with my setup, because it is a pain in the butt. So I do a dialog box for mine just to say this creature has been sent to the box, and then I add that to the viewport, like so. And then we need to basically find an open slot in our setup. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm going to get our reference to third person character, I'm going to get our trainer info, and I'm going to get the Ringmon storage. And I'm going to run that through a for each loop with a break. The break is important, as you can see, we obviously use it. So what we're looking for is an active box. So the first thing that comes through is it active? Yes. So is it box 1, box 2? Now the reason I have is active is because mine is going to be free to play, and I'm going to have some payable boxes. So you can pay £1 and get 5 extra boxes, for example. So that's why mine needs to be is active or not, because you will unlock them and make them active if you buy an extra slot, for example, an extra box slot. So we're checking to see if it's active. Now you wouldn't need this step if you're just going to give them the 30 boxes, or if you're going to do it like Pokemon, you're going to say, okay, you can have 8 boxes until you fill those boxes up, and once those boxes are full, you unlock another 8, for example. This, you'll also need to do it for this as well. So is it active? True. So then we run these box slots through another for each loop with break, and we say, okay, let's get to see if the slot is set. If the slot is not set, we found a space, and we can set that array index as a slot index. So that's a new variable. Same for the found space. You need to set up a boolean and an index for these two. And then we come around here and we say it's completed. And we say, okay, is found space true? Yes. And then we say set the box index as the index we pulled through here. Now, if this runs through every single index spot, so it runs through every index, boop, 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 and they're all come back as true. They are all set. We have something in that space. What it's going to do is it's going to go to the next Ringmon storage box, do the same thing, keep going around here until we come off completed, and if it comes back false, again, it's going to go to the next box as an example. Now, there shouldn't be many scenarios, unless you're going through like a living dex in your box. You shouldn't have too many issues with this. But yeah, that's how it's going to run basically all the way through. And then once, as I say, once it's found a space, that this slot comes back false, we say yes, it's found a space, so we set that to true. We set our slot index as this slot index because we need to know where to put that creature. And then we come out here and we then also grab the box index. So after completed, we say yep, we're done. Break it, we've done, we've found the slot. We say okay, get that box index and set that. Once that's done, it runs all the way back round into the completed for this for each loop with break, and then we can set our array element, which is our box slot. So we first off get the third person character, we get the trainer information, we say break that trainer information, we get the Ringmon storage, and we get it with the box index. So that's how we say okay, this is box 3, so it'll get box 3, and then we break that box and we say get the box slots and we set that as our array target array. Set array element target array is box slot, sorry. We then say okay, slot index is where we want to put that creature, and then the creature we are adding is our current Ringmon, the one that we are fighting. And then we set found space back to false. And once that's done, it will move on down the event graph, okay? You don't need a return node. Like these, again, when it adds these into your slots, you don't need the return node. You can just leave it, and it will carry on down the line. It will move on to the next slot. It all happens very fast. But yeah, hopefully it all should work very nicely for you following this setup. If you have any questions, obviously don't forget to join the Discord, but this is how you set up your Ringmon storage. Again, a big shout out to Mr. Meerkat for allowing me to pick his brain and just essentially spitball ideas off of him, because I was at a point where I set a lot of this up and I was like, will it not add? It's doing it, but it's also not doing it. And he was like, yeah, basically you need to set the array after all of this is done, and it kind of helped me kind of work through this, and he looked at my code and stuff. So big shout out to him. Thank you very much, Mr. Meerkat. Go and check out his series. He's starting up a Pokemon clone as well, so if you're interested in seeing how he does it, it will be slightly different to mine. Check it out. Why not, right? And a big just say thank you so much, everyone. So far, we're over 2,000 subscribers now. So big thank you. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next episode. Much love. Take care. Bye.